What's up, everyone? How are we doing? Welcome to the LCA webinar here with Sean Farr. He's got some great stuff for us today. We're going to talk about some expireds and just some basically, honestly, how to get some great business and listing opportunities throughout the expired process. Yeah. So, Sean, welcome. How are you doing?
Mark, really good to be with you. Doing great, thanks, and fun to be with everybody here. Yeah, big topic today, right? Talking about expireds, and I know some people love expireds, and some people out there are like, not for me, right? And we want to talk today about the value of expireds, why today, why this year, and why at any time, really, right? So, let's get right into it if you don't mind, Mark.
Absolutely.
When it comes to expireds, obviously most of these homes have been under contract for 6 months and they didn't sell, right? And what we love about expireds at Landvoice is the opportunity to speak with hand raisers, people that need to sell their home now, but have fallen out of contract with the last agent for some reason. The home didn't sell. Now, I've been talking a lot this year about the pains that are happening in real estate and how expireds can solve a lot of those pains. So if we think about it, 2024, interest rates went up, right, Mark? And things got a little painful in the real estate industry. And what we saw is a record low number of transactions. 2021, over 6 million transactions a year. If you double that for sides, the buyer side and the seller side, over 12 million sides, right? And then we get to 2024, and there's only 4.05 million transactions across the country. So we have a record number of buyers sitting on the fence because the affordability has just gotten to a place where people can't afford a home. Rates are in the sixes, 6.5, sevens. And then sellers can't avoid, they can't walk away from their 4%, their 3%, their 2.5% interest rate. And so we had this place where everyone's sitting on the fence, and that was a problem. Well, we thought, okay, we're going to get bullish in 2025. Things are going to get better. Well, they got worse. Instead of 4.05 million transactions, it's 4 million transactions. So we're going from 12 million sides to 8 million sides. Literally a third of our business across the country went away. And what does that mean? Well, when you have a record number of buyers and sellers that aren't transacting, we really got to get focused in our business on what is working and what will work now in our business. And that's why we think expireds are so valuable for every single person on this call in your business right now, is because we've got people who are not sitting on the fence, right? Like we've got people who actually need to transact now. And it's just a matter of having a conversation and talking them through what worked and what didn't work in their business. And that's what we love expireds. And we love expireds all the time, Mark, at Landvoice. We love expireds, but we love them now. And we think there's never a better time than now to work with expireds. Now, there's a lot of different ways to work with expireds, but we think the urgency of now is really important. And I don't know, you guys work on a high producing team, Mark. I mean, talk me through, is that something on your team that you guys are seeing as well?
Yeah, no, totally as well. Actually, also too, kind of rewinding a bit to the shift in sales from when the interest rates went up. We actually saw a shift in realtors on the market. So there's less realtors, which means maybe a little bit less competition, right? And also more opportunities. So what does that tell you, right? There's maybe some more low hanging fruit for us to maybe pick and also acquire for our own business. So
excellent point, right? Because
yeah,
we've actually seen expireds go up, but also with your competition going down, there's opportunities to list more homes. I'm actually, my background's normally got some type of screen on it, but this is a guy that we're working with quite a bit, a guy named Austin Hellickson. Austin is crushing it. He's a 24-year-old agent, and he's literally setting 15 listing appointments a week right now, just with expireds, right?
That's
and
amazing.
Just absolutely crushing the game, right?
And for those who are listening, where's Austin's market?
He's in actually Washington. He's in the Seattle area.
That's awesome. Cool. Very good.
Yeah. Great market, great area. But, and I guess the biggest thing that we need to talk about is there's a lot of call reluctance out there, right? Like we don't want to interrupt or call someone. So there's a lot of other ways to work with expireds, but at the same time, we've got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And that is, if you want to have sustainable business in a really tough time in real estate, and let's be honest, I like every year there's something else that's tough, but expireds are the way to really solve that problem and have a sustainable amount of business every year, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest things that we notice over here at the Tristan and Associates team is that's the team that I'm on. I've been here for don't even know, like 10 years.
Okay.
But we've noticed that in any market over the last 10 years, one thing that prevails always, whether it's through, COVID, high interest rates or low interest
Mhm.
rates, or, competitiveness or non-competitiveness
Low
or seller's market, buyer's
inventory.
market, whatever. We've seen a lot in 10 years.
Yeah.
One thing that has prevailed though always is showing up and providing value and approaching these individuals and these types of leads with just a little bit of a pattern interrupt rather than sounding like everyone else and being in the
Yeah.
mix and leading with what can they do for me? It's more of what can I do for you?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, you coming from contribution, right? And helping people know how you can help solve some of those problems. Also leaning
Nice.
on a lot of your experience over the last 10 years, you've done a lot of cool deals, right? And so how do we kind of lean on that experience to bring that value that you're talking about? I think that's very well said.
Yeah,
No, that's good. What are some of the things we want to talk about with expires? I mean, there's a lot to go over. Let me just say this. Mark, when it comes to expires, there's a lot of companies out there that'll help you, right?
sure.
When it comes to expires, it's all on your MLS. Like it's your data. It's on the
Right.
MLS, and Landvoice and other companies are out there to really just help assist with that data, right? So
Sure.
when you have an expired on your MLS, Kate, now what, right? What Landvoice does is we just simply you log into Landvoice every morning and you've got now all the contact information. And so to say we're a skip tracer or we're going to find a lot of that information for you, we are, but we're going to do it a little bit different, right? So anytime you have an expired, we're going to take that expired, we're going to scrub it to make sure that there's a lot of what I call dirty addresses in the MLS that just aren't entered correctly. So we put that to a USPS standard, right? Once we have that USPS standard, we can then go to the county record, find the owner. Do they live in that home or do they live somewhere else? Are they what we call an absentee owner? So we figure out where they actually live, and then
Mm,
we start the skip tracing process, right? We're going to find and append phones for you. Home phone, cell phone, business phone. We'll tell you what that is. Once we find those phones, then we scrub it against the national and the state do not call registry so that you know which phone numbers are appropriate for you to actually reach out to. And
very
then once that's
important.
done, yeah, we'll append with social media contacts, email addresses, so that you can reach out through email, through social media, or through a phone call, because we think that original phone call is important. Again, honor the do not call registry, very important. With all the TCPA regulations, I think
Right.
that's really key. But then once you have all that information, also the follow up is key, right? So make the phone call, make the follow up, but also follow up in a different way, whether it's through social media in a LinkedIn or a social media message
Mhm.
or through an email. I think that follow up is also going to be really, really important to you.
Absolutely. No, for sure. You touched on something that was rather interesting was the absentee owners. I mean, a show of virtual hands here,
Yeah.
who's also called expire listings, and you're talking to someone and they're like, yeah, I don't own the house. I just live here. I'm renting. I'm like, oh, got it. Well, hey, do you want to buy? But no,
Yeah.
but it is funny though. 'Cause so that's cool. So run that by me again. So let's say for example, 123 Main Street has,
Yeah.
you know, Bob is the name and Bob's renting, but the absentee owner is Jim. So
Yeah.
so Landvoice will do what from there?
Yeah, so we're going to take that address and then we're going to go to, again, we're going to standardize the address, USPS standards, to make sure we can find it in the county record. So one reason we append at such a higher rate than a lot of those other companies out there, we're typically going to append at 85 to 95% of all of your expireds, where on
Mhm.
average, a lot of other companies might be 55 to 65%, right?
Yeah.
The reason we're so good is that we're going to standardize that address to USPS standards, but then we're going to go to the county record and check to see where the owner
Mhm.
lives. So when you see that address, when you're logged into Landvoice, you see that address of that expired, you're then going to see owner information. We're going to list the name that's going to come
Mhm.
from the county record and then append from there, right?
Mhm.
Now we know where the owner lives. Now we're going to append more accurate and better contact information for you as well. And that's really the key, is having the correct, accurate contact information, not only phone, but email and social media, so you can follow up with those individuals, right?
Mhm. Very nice.
Yeah, the other part that we really like about follow up, and something that we just mentioned to Tristan a few weeks ago, is we just launched a new tool, and
Ooh.
some people were on this call for that. But we launched a new tool called Inked, and so right by that address, by every expired, there's now a little card, little just kind of in the UI or the user interface, right? And
Mhm.
in these cards, you can now send a handwritten card to an expired or to a for sale by owner. So literally 3 clicks, and it's going to send something that looks handwritten. I don't know if you can see that, Mark,
Yeah,
but a handwritten
that
card
was
that will go
great.
out to an expired, right? We want to get
Nice.
really good at not only the original or the initial call or contact, but then the follow-up. And we have a lot of success doing this in a couple ways. Some people are sending the card first and following up 3 or 4 days later. Some people are
Right.
making a call and then following up with the card after
Nice.
to create that impression, right? That is really important when we're reaching out to someone that we don't have a relationship with yet, right?
Mhm. Let me ask you this. So with the messaging of the card, is it like customizable or?
Such a good question. Yeah. So we wrote 5 different expired scripts that you can take, borrow, use, and
Nice.
find the one that you love. But then the editing is so easy. So I said
Sure.
3 clicks, right? Like if you want to use or borrow one of those expired scripts on the card, you can do that. But you can also, before you approve it and send it, just put your cursor in there and edit anything you want. Now, if you edit it,
Nice.
you click it, you save it, and then you use that moving forward, right? So you'll have your favorites, you'll have all the
Right.
templates that we've created, and then as you edit or change those, you'll save those as well. And then literally within 3 clicks, you send that card. We have a machine that does the handwriting for us, right?
Yep.
Literal ballpoint pen in the robot's hand, and is writing that card in whatever font or handwriting type you want to appear in, and then it sends it off the
I've
very
seen
next
those.
day.
Those are really cool.
Super,
The
super cool.
Yeah.
You're going to put your
Um,
name, you're going to put your brokerage, your email. I don't know if you can see there, but
yeah.
your phone number, everything's going to show up on that card as well.
For those watching, I would love to hear what that one says.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
card.
Let's go through it. Yep. So
Yeah,
let me
I'm
read it,
gonna,
and I'll show
I'm
it.
gonna check it out.
I'll show it to you again, but let me read it first. It says, "Hi, Kelly," and again, you'll have the first name of the owner, so that'll all be put in the card for you. So you can send this to 1 or 50 all at the same time,
Sure.
right? But it's going to say, "Hi, Kelly. Curious why your home didn't sell?" Question mark. I'd be happy to provide you with an honest, no obligation review and show you exactly how I sell your home differently and quickly. Reach out today, and then name, email, phone, and brokerage. So very simple, right? Script that works. There's others out there. We've got 5 for the expireds, 5 for the FSBOs, 5 for the pre-foreclosures. But yeah, put your own spin on that, edit that, change
That's
that. But
awesome.
this is something that oftentimes gets put on a fridge that they remember you. Oh yeah, I got your card. Thanks for, because it's handwritten. It just
Right.
is different, right? Than
Well,
your
this is what I'm
normal
talking about.
mail
This is
marketing.
exactly what I mean by in the market, no matter when you're in, pattern interrupts and doing what's a little bit different is a huge, huge key to success. And this is definitely one of them right there. A handwritten note is a huge detail. But we're all busy, so it's kind of hard to handwrite notes all the time. So having a resource where you can just boop, 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 and it's done is pretty sweet.
Really, really cool, really simple and really easy and very affordable as well, guys. So we did our best to really cut the cost on this to make sure it's really inexpensive for everybody out there. Now you can pay somebody, a high school kid that's got good handwriting, to go out there and do that. But if you think about what that costs, right, to stuff envelopes, to write those envelopes, we're doing this for between $2 and $3 a card, just depending on volume. And it's super easy. Like I said, 3 clicks. You're sitting on expired. You look at it. You look at the Zillow link. You look at the MLS link, and you go, "Yeah, this is one of them." Or maybe just sort by price on all of your expireds and the price points that you want to focus on, or a specific zip code. You can select all, or you can select that one. Press the inked button, and it's off. And so,
Nice.
guys, we want to make this as just simple and as easy in your business as possible. And what we really want to do is get you better at the follow-up. I think many of you are good at the initial call, but are you good on the second, third, fourth, fifth call? Are you good on the follow-up? So we've got a great promotion. We work with LabCode for a long time now. And if you go to landvoice.com, so www.landvoice.com, and then you do a /, this is what's going to give you the special with LabCode. Just do LCA. So landvoice.com /LCA. And what you guys are going to get is a monthly promotion where you can try Landvoice for a month. It's $100. Guys, now there's a lot of competitors out there charging $200 to $300 a month for expireds, for sell by owners, pre-foreclosures, and your neighborhood search tool. It's going to give you up to 3,000 lookups to geofarm in. So instead of spending $200, $300 a month or $3,600 a year at Landvoice with this lab coat agents promotion, you're going to save a couple $1,000s a year, get all the expireds, all the for sale by owners, all the pre-foreclosures, and our neighborhood search tool. It's going to give you more lookups than any company out there. And we're going to do it at a higher rate. We're going to append at a higher rate and make sure you have all that missing contact information to reach out to prospect the hand raisers, the people that need to sell now. This is the key in our industry right now. With a third of the business gone away the last 2 years, we've got to focus on those expireds and those for sale by owners.
Totally.
And we got to do it different. Like you mentioned, Mark, like maybe it's not always to call 5 times to each owner. Maybe it's a card. Maybe it's a social media reach out or message. Maybe it's an email. Or to some of you who are really getting good at this, like Austin that I mentioned earlier in the call, who's listing or setting 15 listing appointments a week, maybe it's all of the above to really set yourself up and set yourself apart from everybody else out there, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great ROI too. I mean, you're talking about $100, or about a month, or I saw there was an annual price as well. That was a little bit cheaper. I did a little sneak peek. And I mean, that's just like, that's the ROI on that for just one deal is
just one deal, right? And our goal is to help you average 3 to 4 listing appointments per month. So you're not going to get this type of ROI with the big boxes. Realtor.com, Zillow's going to take a third of your business, right? Probably more.
right.
And so there isn't a better ROI. It's an opportunity for us to do something that's a little bit more difficult, but really it's like going to the gym every morning, Mark. I mean, that's difficult, but if we can kind of lean into those uncomfortable things and do things that are a little bit more difficult, do things that many people aren't willing to do, is what's going to set us apart and really create a really nice business for ourselves, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Also, too, you can invest some of that money into the your business with the note cards and convert more. So,
yeah. So if you spend $50 a month with us, that's what's going to get you down to $2 per card. So literally $50 a month, you're going to send 25 cards a month, and again, set yourself apart. So cherry pick those right properties. We had a really good call with Tristan a month or two ago, and Tristan said he listed a $4 million expired. This is 10 years ago, Mark, with a handwritten card, but he truly hand wrote the card, right? And it was an awesome, awesome opportunity where it was a gated community. He couldn't door knock the property. He could call it, but he couldn't get through to the people, right? So this is a way to get past that and to even enter what I would call the luxury market, because you're sending something so personable to another owner that really is going to resonate with a lot of these owners, right?
Totally, for sure. Yeah, I remember I was going around for looking for an off market and was dropping handwritten notes. I didn't even get back to my car by the time that I already got a phone call from one of the sellers saying, "Hey, how much?"
Amazing.
And I'm like, "I'm down the street. Can I come over?"
It's so good. You also mentioned the cost savings of what Landvoice is doing to help agents save a lot more money. The other thing about cost savings is a lot of people, now Austin himself is hiring an ISA group to make the calls for him, right? And so the opportunity is, number one, learn the objection handling yourself, right? Go do this for the next year and really crush it. But as you do, you're going to learn how to get in rapport with people. You're going to learn how to objection handle. And once you've done that, now leverage your time, right? You're leveraging your time now by hiring Landvoice to do all the skip tracing and all the data for you every morning. Log in, you've got all of your data. Once you're getting really good at prospecting, getting really good at objection handling, now let's go find a really good ISA group to do this for you. And what you're going to now do is get really good at listing appointments and make sure you're really good at that next phase of your business. Because Austin, he was 23 years old and he'd set a lot of listing appointments, but he was closing 0 of those, meaning he was going to a lot of listing appointments. The first 11 he set while using Landvoice, he listed 0 of those 11 listing appointments. He was young, right? Guys didn't trust them to list their property with a young face, but he got really good at the listing appointment. And once you're good with that appointment, now you become a listing machine. So number one, let's set the listing appointment. Number two, let's get really good in that listing appointment. And when you've done those two things, you can begin leveraging your time with a team and growing more people on the team, because this is the way to, again, build sustainable business, a pillar of income that doesn't go away. This is something that will continue to generate more business for you every day.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it. That's awesome. Well, yeah, I'm excited. That's great. And then again, for those of you listening, go to the www.landvoice.com/LCA for that extra value there. Get plugged in, get ready to go. It's down there on the screen right now. I can see it. Scan that QR code, and there's some great savings in there, monthly or yearly.
If you go to the yearly, just real quick, Mark, if you go to the yearly, you're going to get 2 months free. So you're going to pay the price of 10 months and get the 11th and 12th month free. So do it monthly, month to month, no contracts, no setup fees, guys. We don't play those games. Or pay annually and you get a couple months more free. And the opportunity, again, is with the cards and with the calls. Really, what I like to say, Mark, is we're in a contact sport. And the more contacts we make, the more listing appointments we're going to set. And we've got to make more contacts. We got to be better at the follow-up. And if we can do those things in our business, the difficult things no one else is willing to do, again, that's where the sustainable part of the business is. So let Landvoice help you save money and make a whole bunch more money. Again, our goal is to help you average 3 to 4 listings every month. And then as you scale that and start growing yourself and your team, we can scale that number of listings as well. Just like we did with Austin, who's he's scheduling 15 listing appointments a week and listing. So he went from 0 out of 11 listing appointments to now he's closing or listing on average 70 to 80% of those listing appointments.
Great.
Which is really good, right?
That's fantastic.
That's the part that we want to do for each of you in your business. We want to help with that. We're obviously passionate about it, passionate about the data, passionate about giving you accurate data, and more importantly, passionate about lowering your costs. There's no reason to spend $200-300 a month on this data. This is data that we can do for you very inexpensively, save you a lot of money, and again, grow your business the right way.
Love that. That's awesome, Sean. It's awesome to do this with you. It was great. I'm very excited and looking forward to hearing about more success and seeing you on some future webinars too.
Mark, appreciate that. Appreciate your time today.